And as you come onto your back, and have a blanket and a strap nearby, we're starting with your legs stretched out, unless that really bothers your low back, in which case I invite you to bend up your knees. So always look to take care of yourself in the practice. There is no dogma. A lot of dogs, but no dogma. And so it has to be comfortable, stira and sukha. So I invite you to begin to check into your breath. And the breath being the gateway between your body and your mind. Can you lean into your body with the breath? Can you lean into your mind with the breath? I'm just taking stock of how you're feeling right now, physically and emotionally, because we bring all that we are along with us onto the mat. It's a bit of a roller coaster right now, and staying grounded and with a sense of equanimity can be a tall order some days. So extending tenderness both towards ourselves and others, and just reminding ourselves that right now we may be a little bit more fragile than normally. So let there be compassion, but also let there be joy. Letting the breath draw in and out without an agenda. Welcoming it, and then let it go. Let's just roll the legs in and out. So if your knees are bent up, I invite you to straighten them out. We're just going to roll the legs and check in with our hip joints. Our legs are the first chakra, physical element in our body. Our groundedness, the earth element. Letting your ankles relax, let your knees relax. Let's roll the legs at a pace that is comfortable for your body. And then let that release. Just let it soften. And just slide the right leg up, heel stays on, and then down. And then the left. Just go from side to side, like a little fallen tree pose. So in addition to hip rotation, what we started with, now just a little hip flexion. But nothing big or crazy. Back and forth. So a little bit of somatic saksha work to start out with. Friending and checking in. Now as you release the left side, next just pause here and sense the legs, sensing the legs. We'll interlace the hands behind the head. And then here, let's press out through the right heel and the right elbow. So getting the length on the side, slide back to center. Everything can get really compressed, sitting, compressed and depressed. So now using the breath, using your body, and you'll alter the state of your mind. Press up through the same side heel as elbow. Let your head turn, looking at the elbow that travels. Stretch your eyes towards the elbow too. Don't lift your head, keeping it down. So you're just sliding on the mat. And then returning to center. We'll slide the right heel up again. And now we're going to dip it across. Give it a little push and let it come back out. Slide it long. So now we begin to involve a little more the pelvis, the lower abdomen. Let's do the same on the other side. Slide it up. Dip the knee across. There's a little push. Slide the knee out. Just move from side to side. Let the nose travel opposite of the knee. Little bit of a pumping action in the low back and in the hip as you pull across. So keep moving at a pace that is comfortable for your body. Drawing up, across, moving at your pace. Not in a way that feels strained or hurried. Neither strained nor hurried. Sliding the heel up, going across. Let's next time you conclude on the left. Let that be the last one. Now let's bend up both knees. Pressing the elbows into the floor. And just let that go. So hands still under the head. Pressing the elbows into the floor. And letting that go. Now as you press the elbows into the floor, allow your back to arch up. And then exhale, flattening. Let's draw up into a little curl. And slowly releasing down. Take the elbows out to the side. And as you inhale next, you arch again. And flattening, curling up. It gets the whole front seam lengthened back out again. Arching, pressing the elbows down. Let's do it one more time. Flatten the back, curling up. And then now as you come down, elbows draws down. You're going to stretch the chin away from the chest as you arch the back again. Exhale, flattening. And now diagonal. So drawing to the right or left side. And then slowly come back to center. Elbows pressing down, chin draws away from the chest. And then curling up to the other side. Let your elbows be these little forklift prongs. Drawing to the side. Coming to center for the arch with the chin back. So one more time on each side. I'm not as concerned about how high you go. I'm much more interested in the rotation you are adding right now. Freeing the rib cage. Freeing the breath. Last time on the left. And we release down. And just relax the arms, relax the legs. Check back in. Body, breath, and mind. Now let's bend up the knees again. This time we'll take out a strap. And if you have a blanket, a towel nearby, just place it up against your right hip. Placing it up against your right hip. And always, if you find that your chin is jutting back away from the chest. Slide a pillow or blanket or something under your head so that the back of the neck is not congested. We'll take your strap. I'm going to make a loop. And with the loop of the strap, I'm going to draw the strap around the right toe mount and create a loop so it's just comfortable for the elbows, straight elbows, not bent. We're going to press up gently through your toe mount. I'm going to spread the toes. And now draw, from last week's class, draw your knee down into the hip socket so that your pelvis is neutral, keeping the pelvic neutral. Now let's just bend the knee and straighten the leg. Let's do that several times, bending and straightening. Reaching up through the toes, pressing up through the toe mounts that are on the strap. And I know we'll often place the strap in front of the heel. Today, we're going rogue. Knee to the hip. Now draw your right hip towards your left foot. And if your right leg is straight up, then straighten out your left leg as well. But if your right leg is more at an angle, then just keep your left leg bent. Keep the left leg bent. So we just keep working on the actions. I know this pose is sometimes called a hamstring stretch, but back out of the stretch a little bit so that you can really feel the muscles engaging, both pressing up through the toes, toe mounts into the strap, but also drawing the hip down both to the floor and to your left foot, keeping your spine neutral. Now hold the strap in your right hand, holding the strap in your right hand, and take your left hand to the front of your left hip. And then slowly, let's take the right leg about 4 inches out. Not a big event, just about 4 inches. So very slowly, we're going to come back up. And let's just do that a couple of times. As you move the leg out, can you keep your pelvis still so that your pelvis is not rocking along with you? Just go in and out and really study as you are moving your right leg in your hip. How does that affect your pelvis and your left leg? Now let's take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to invite the leg all the way out to the side, all the way out to the side. As you reach out, press out through the toe mounts, press out through the soles of the feet, and yet keep drawing the knee into the hip socket. So there's muscular engagement, and then draw your left, you saw right sits bone down to the left foot. Now, if your left leg was bent as you drew the leg out to the side, remember to release your left knee down to the side too for counter weight. One more breath here. And we're going to inhale all the way up. Let's take the strap into the left hand. Right hand comes to the side. Now you can take it to the outer hip as we often do for tactile feedback. But today I'm going to just ask you to repeat the same actions. Draw the knee into the socket. Draw your right hip to the left foot. And now we're going to go across maybe 4-ish inches. This is not a big event. It's just that little outer hip event. Pressing up through the toe mounts, pressing up through the toe mounts as you hold these engagements. So the strap is just here to support the position, nothing else, just supporting the position. You're not pulling or yanking. And we're going to inhale back to center. Switch hands again. Take a deep breath in. We're going to repeat Parsva to the side as you exhale. out we go. So either left leg is straight or bent. And as you take the leg out to the side, again, in your mind, repeat the actions. Knee to the hip, hand sits bones to the left heel, right sits bone, left heel. So your right leg is very firm and very active. Firm and active. And it is around that firmness that we can create ease. Let's inhale, come all the way up. We'll take the left foot up, tuck it under the strap. So now both toe mounts pressing up into the strap. And as you draw the thighs away from your chest, draw the inner legs, inner groins away. This is a really weird cue, so just bear with me. Draw the inner groins away a little bit faster than the outer hips. So if you reach back to last week, that was the deepening of the front groins. We're going to release the right foot to the floor. Let's move the blanket to the other side. Right foot is on the floor, toe mounts, left toe mounts on the strap. And we're just going to bend and straighten the leg. Bending and straighten the leg. Establishing the relationship between the quadriceps, the front of the leg, and the hamstring, the back. When the knee straightens, the quadricep engages, and that allows the hamstring to release. It is the hamstring that helps bend the knee. So now as you come into a straight-ish position, without force, no violence, no himsa. Himsa is violence. Ahimsa, absence of violence. If the leg is straight up, you'll straighten out your right leg. But if the leg is about a 60, 70 degree, we'll just keep your right leg bent. It's perfectly fine. And then again, we repeat the actions. Draw the knee into the sits bone. So the pelvis is completely neutral. It's very easy to lift the whole bit up. And then second one, draw the sits bone, left sits bone towards the right heel. And you can feel your left waist lengthening as you do so. See, this is a neutral position-ish. And then let's explore external rotation. So again, now the strap is in your left hand, right arm out to the side, or on your right hand or right thigh. And begin just to explore taking the foot out 3-4 inches and back in again. And the hand can be helpful on top of the thigh. You can feel if your right side lifts as you take the left knee out to the side. Can you firm? So habits, some skaras, grooves in yoga. What are our movement habits that if we allow them to continue without awareness, gets deeper and deeper and deeper, leading to more and more imbalance potentially? Let's take the leg all the way up, but keep your right leg and hip grounding down firmly, firmly. So again, you're not pulling the strap down as much as the leg. It's really quite self-sufficiently supporting itself. Breathing, pausing. And we inhale up to center. Switch hands. And release as relax your left arm out to the side. Same actions again. Left knee, left hip. Left sits bone, right ankle or heel. And we draw across, pressing up through the toe mount. pressing up through the toe mounts. Firmness with ease. Steady and comfortable. Inhaling up to center. Switching hands again. Right arm out to the side and maybe the right knee out to the side. So with awareness of the neutral pelvis, exhale and release the leg all the way out to the side again. Releasing it out to the side. Breathing, pausing. And then let's inhale all the way up. We'll take the strap off. Move the blankets out of the way. Draw the legs together. We interlace the fingers, press the palms to the sky. Draw the tailbone towards the heels, and you feel the lower abdomen engaging. And we take the arms overhead, lengthening the arms overhead. Finding space, finding ease. Let's take the arms up, switch to cross up the fingers, press up to the sky again, elbows straight, and we take the arms over once more, drawing the ribs down into the body, tailbone towards the feet, length. And then relax the arms. We're going to roll over onto the belly. Rolling over onto the belly. As you come onto the belly, cross your one hand on top of the other, and just let your forehead come down and rest. And slide the right knee up. Slide the right knee up. Tuck the left toes under. So this is not only a crocodile cobra hybrid, this is a crocodile cobra tree hybrid. Just press the left heel back and then press the arms down and lift the heart. Lift the heart. So left leg extends back, and now drag the belly button towards the left side. Drag the belly button left so that the pelvis is pretty neutral. Pretty neutral. And we release down. Slide the leg long. And let's do the left side. Slide the left leg up. Tuck the right toes under. Press the heel back. And press the arms down. Right leg active. And then draw the belly button away from the left knee. Draw the belly button away from the left knee. Pause. Wait. Watch and listen. And slowly release down. Lengthen back. Both toes tucked under. Press the heels back, and now crocodile cobra. Lifting up. Draw the hips towards the floor. Firm legs. Firm legs. And then slowly releasing down. Stick the hands under the hips, under the shoulders, and press back to puppy pose. Pressing back to puppy pose. And for puppy pose, let's roll up. Let's do a couple of rolling cobra poses. Lift the heart, lift the gaze, exhale, draw back. Rounding, rolling up, moving into a back bend, lift the heart, lift the gaze, and exhale, traction back. One more time, rolling, rounding up, lifting up. Now let the tops of the feet come onto the mat and maybe lift up to upward facing dog. And we're going to draw back to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And just take your dog for a little walk. I've never known my dog to turn that down. Easy and gentle pedaling. Lift up on the tiptoes, bend the knees, and then draw the hips up as you push the toes back. They're not going to go anywhere, but you feel the hamstring beginning to fire up a little bit. Let the heels come down as much as is available. And we take the knees down, wide knee child's pose. Set the hips back, set the hips back. And allow everything to release and relax. And then from here, let's inhale up. Tabletop, tabletop. And just for a little bit of wrist work, those poor wrists. You may be typing a lot, I know I am. Just going to walk them around in circles. Walk, walk, walk. As far around as they will go. And maybe walk them inward. Making little handprint art on your mat. And walking them back around. And then turn the wrists under. Both are one at a time. And we're going to do a little walk here too. A little wrist pondering. Be kind. This can be a little intense. I know. A little backhanded art on your mat, which sounds really not like a good thing. And we're going to flip the hands around. Connecting to the palms once more. Shoulders over the wrists. And once more, downward facing dog. Drawing back. Lengthening. Exploring. Bend the knees once more. Draw the hips back and up, back and up, back and up. And then look up. Walk the feet towards the hands. And then take the hands to the hips. And we're going to come all the way up. All the way up. Now let's place our blocks on each end of the mat. Blocks will go on each end of the mat. So for the hip openers, and we've been working an external rotation. And the yoga practice has more external rotations than internal rotations, which is a really interesting pondering. Do we need more? Or did they just run out of ideas? I think that is up to each one of us to decide for ourselves. Let's stay in a mountain pose, Tadasana. With the feet not hip width apart, soften the knees a little bit, And then let there be a sense of the feet sliding back. So as if you're getting ready to start, and just get this action. You can feel how the hamstrings really engage as you do this little event. So that's the feeling that we wanted to latch onto. So as you stand with your knees bent, can you create that sense of hamstring engagement? Take your hands to the front hip flexors, the front groins, lengthening up through the spine. And then exhale, hinge halfway down, hinging halfway down. So with the knees slightly bent and with the feet pushing back, can you feel a little fire in the hamstrings? Just a little bit of fire where your hip bones are catching your fingers between the bones and your thigh bones. We're going to inhale. We're going to press all the way back up. We're going to add a little bit longer lever, changing the load. So interlacing the hands behind the head, pressing down through the heels. And now bend the knees a little bit again, just a wee bit. It's like a chair pose, but it's practically non-existent. Draw the belly button towards the spine. And now imagine that you had another set of hands that you could, again, hold in your front groins as you hinge forward. And then keeping the spine long. So we're not looking, we want to keep the spine neutral. So you straighten the knees to the degree where you are not rounding your back, lengthening, and keep that backsliding event of your feet on the mat. And then inhale, press into the feet, up you come. Release back into Tadasana. You may find that you too are sitting down a little bit more than you are accustomed to right now. So the hamstrings can get really tight. Hamstrings are tight, everything below and above as it goes in the body joins the party. So we can add a longer lever yet, taking the arms up overhead. So tall mountain, drawing it, grounding into your feet. Big toe mount, little toe mount, inner and outer heel. And then here, bend the knees a little bit. So you feel the front of the groins soften. And for those of you repeating the practice, you heard me say it all week, groins is the word for abyss. So let your front groins be abysses. Probably shouldn't be all those S's on plural, but you get the idea. So from your little itty bitty chair pose, the sense of the feet dragging back, we lean, we hinge forward. Now, if this is too long a lever for your back or shoulders, just take your hands behind the head. Take your hands behind the head. Keep the front hip groins deep as you reach forward. One more breath. And then bend the knees a little bit. Handstand all the way up. And we release down. Mountain pose. Grounded, so firmness, but with ease. Firmness with ease. From Tadasana, facing the long side of your mat, let's step the feet wide. Step the feet wide apart. Prepare for triangle pose. We're going to turn the left foot in 10 to 15 degrees and right leg out 90 degrees. And now let's just visit a little bit with Warrior Two. Go back and forth. Let's get those inner groins unstuck. So right knee bends and straightens. All right, I think we're about ready. Let's take the arms up. Powerful pose. And we'll straighten the right leg. Reach. Inhale and exhale. Take the hand to the shin or your block. We take the top arm up. Taking the top arm up. So now here, lengthening up. Oh, we're going to go rogue again. As you exhale, you're going to spin the top arm towards the floor. So you have your right hand on the shin or the block. Now your left hand comes to the floor, maybe the fingertips. And where you place it is where you place it. But we're just going to see if we can visit with a little bit more length in the left low back. There's the QLs. Letting them a little bit of length, a little bit of release to keep drawing your left hip back with the left arm reaching forward. And we'll take the left arm to the sky again, reaching up. Breathing. Steady and with ease. And then firm legs, inhale all the way up. Let's turn the feet parallel. Big toe out, little toe out, in there and out of heels. And we'll turn the right foot in 10 to 15 degrees and left leg up. And we'll just bend and straighten. Just say, hey, how you doing? It can be helpful to look down at your left knee to make sure that it tracks straight forward. If it sort of wobbles inward, then the adductors, maybe have shortened a little bit. So spend some time in Baddha Konasana. Let's hold Warrior Two stance. Firm. Inhale the arms up. Powerful legs. Powerful legs. Straightening the left leg. Reach the arm up. And let's take the left hand, left shin. Right arm to the sky. And pivot, spin the right arm down. Coming to the floor. And explore. How far forward towards your left foot? How far out to the side? Where you feel your right lower waist. The QL, the troublemakers, might find a little bit more space, a little bit more ease. One more breath. Keep the legs very firm, firm, firm. So we take the arms up. Utthita Trikonasana. There could be a sense of the legs, feet pulling towards one another. So instead of a splatter, it's a consolidation, hugging inward. Powerful legs, inhale all the way up. Take the hands to the hips. And then toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. Stepping in. Tadasana again. So last week, we practiced both eagle and tree pose. So this week, we'll just ponder a little bit more with that. Kind of a continuation of tree. So take your strap. If you don't have a strap, repeating tree pose. Very similar. And also a wall or a chair may be a really nice, something for balance. A washing machine, whatever you have around, maybe just the thing. So from Tadasana, now just a little loop. I'm going to take my right foot into the loop. Right foot into the loop. Just going to stand here. So it's like a little bit of a tree pose. But I'm holding the right leg with the strap. I'm getting very grounded on the left. Dropping the right sits bone down towards the left heel. So again, we're not shortening in the back. Not shortening the back. And we'll switch to the other side. That went really well. From Tadasana, catch your left foot. And again, we come into a neutral stance. And here, a chair, I'm using an imaginary chair, or a wall can be really beneficial. So from our floor, our very beginning, firm up your standing legs so your right knee draws up into the hip. And your left sits bone draws down towards your right heel. Or floating chair pose. And we're going to release that. We're going to switch to the first side again. So catching your right foot with the strap, or you'll repeat chair pose. Your left hand can come to the hip. It can come out to the side, or holding on to your imaginary or real support. Now here, straightening the leg out, straightening the leg out. Uttita Hasta, Padangustasana. Woohoo! And then slowly come down, hopefully not in a heap. Tadasana. And we go to the other side. Catch your left foot. Firm right leg. Knee to hip. Right sits bone. Left sits bone, right ankle. Imaginary or real balance. And we take the leg to the side. Take the leg to the side. So the leg is not straight out to the side. It's kind of like at a 10 o'clock. If you were the center of the clock dial. Now we're going to release that one down. Release your strap. We're going to say that was a 10. Take the hands down. And we're going to return to downward facing dog. So you move your blocks to the side of your mat. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. And we'll take the knees down and place the forearms on the mat. Placing the forearms on the mat. And look at your forearms. They're parallel to one another, parallel to the inner elbows. So you're creating a square. And then let there be a little bit of the elbows dragging towards your knees. And then together. A dolphin pose. Lift the hips. Lift the hips. Lift the knees. Drawing up. Letting the head hang. Relaxing the neck. Relax the ears. And let's take the knees down. Wide knee, child's pose. Relax into your breath again. Relaxing into your breath. Let's take the hands under the shoulders and sit up. We'll take a blanket or a towel. If you don't have a blanket, you can do it without. So for the sequence of Vipriti Dandasana, Vipriti Karni, and bridge pose. So the blanket is going to be for your shoulders, but the head is going to be on the mat. You will take a block or stack of books. And if you have neither, don't worry about it. You will do the active version. So as you come onto your back, placing the shoulders across the blanket, and then take your block, press the hips up, and slide the block under your hips. Under the sacrum is what I meant to say. So we're in a restorative, passive bridge pose. Now you can do active bridge pose if you have no blocks or book stacks. Pillows are probably going to be too soft. You want something firm, something firm. Now for the next sequence, you want to keep your neck neutral, so don't turn your head. And you may decide that you're going to stay right here because this is a happy place for you. Shoulders are rolled under slightly. You can grab onto the mat. And if it's available, interlace the fingers. I find that a little challenging with the block, but I can get the shoulders rolled well under. Now draw the lower abdomen in and up. And we're going to slide out one leg and then slide out the other. So a variation of the Priti Dandasana. Which I much prefer this one than the full version, where your head is in a headstand and then you have this crazy back bend to get the feet down behind you. It's a little intense. This does the same job as far as opening the chest and lengthening the belly, making room for your lunch. Keep the legs active. Keep the legs long and active. And we're going to slide one leg at a time back into bridge pose. Back into bridge. And again, maybe reorient on the block. You know, you can always go higher or lower. And now the Priti Karni, our inversion. Let's draw one knee in and let the other follow. And now you can abort anytime. We'll take the legs to the sky. Take the knees straight up, take the legs up. Keep the legs powerful and long. So knees into the hips. Knees into the hips. And then the same cue again from way back in the beginning of class. Let your inner knees and upper any thighs draw back a little bit faster than your outer knees and hips. So keeping that grounding and length of the front and integrity on the back. Steady pose, steady breath. Steady breath, steady mind. Steady mind is ready for meditation. So we start at the outer layers. Start at the outer layers and we work our way in. Let's bend the knees, one at a time. Place the feet down. one at a time. And then preparing for dismount, we're going to inhale, press the feet into the mat, contract the glutes. And then slowly relax back onto your block of support. And let's repeat, moving with your breath. Feet presses down, glutes contracts. You're not lifting up in a bridge, you're just resetting the nervous system and keeping integrity for the spine as you engage these deep, deep spinal muscles, the multifida. Just do one more. And then after this one, just gently move the block out of the way. And then you will release all the way down. Now moving your shoulder blanket out of the way. Moving the shoulder blanket out of the way. And then as you come to lay flat again, and again you might like something under your head. Let's roll the legs in and out again. So we're bookending, rolling the legs in and out. And then letting them become still. Scanning your body. Support what is asking to be supported. And then gently bring your awareness to your feet. And allow your feet to relax. I relax my feet. My feet are relaxed. I relax my legs. My legs are relaxed. I relax my hips. My hips are relaxed. I relax my lower abdomen. I relax my pelvis. My lower abdomen and pelvis are relaxed. I relax my chest. My chest is relaxed. I relax my back. My back is relaxed. I relax my hands. My hands are relaxed. I relax my arms. My arms are relaxed. I relax my shoulders. My shoulders are relaxed. I relax my neck. My neck is relaxed. I relax my head. My head is relaxed. I relax my eyes. My eyes are relaxed. I relax my jaw. I relax my tongue. My jaw and my tongue are relaxed. I relax my entire body. My entire body is relaxed. And let your breath be soft and easy. And gently begin to deepen your breath. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes to create outward awareness. Your outer layer. Bending up the knees. And rock the knees gently from side to side. Rolling all the way over onto your right or left side. Support your head with an arm or blanket. And using your arms and hands to press up into a comfortable seated posture. Let's bring our palms together. Let's chant Om Shanti, 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 Om. Take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, 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 Om. Namaste. And I will unmute everybody for your questions and your comments, ponderings.